Yeah, there's local reaction, Bakari. We've heard from the Prime Minister talking about how he was devastated to learn this and learning that there was a Canadian on board, making that statement before we knew that Dr. Patel was among those on this Air India flight. We've also heard from the Premier, Doug Ford, offering his condolences to the family. And not long ago, we also heard from some of Patel's close family, or I should say close friends. You can see her on the screen right now. This is a photo with her husband. Now, according to the Canadian press, they both were dentists. He was reached earlier on today. And our colleagues at CTV News at the home of the couple were able to speak with neighbors to confirm that they had a 1-year-old son. That son, as well as her husband and brother, according to a family friend speaking with Sean Leathong, are on their way to India now. This is more of that interview.
I spoke to brother very briefly this morning while we were trying to help and arrange their travel arrangement going back, and how they were also trying to confirm that with our common friends in between. He was also in very shock, so they were not able to talk much. Same thing with her husband. I haven't spoke to her husband, but I heard that he is also in very shock, and they are all on their way. Right now, as we speak, all 5 people are at the airport flying to India.
You can see right now on your screen, for viewers at home, the last seconds of the flight as recorded from the ground. You can see as right now it's starting to descend, and it was around here that you could start seeing the aircraft listing slightly. And then we are not going to show the moment of impact, but the devastation that was caused, not just in the for the families, but just in terms of the actual impact and overall violence of this crash. There's a mangled mess left on the ground, and many questions for families that are trying to figure out what happened here. Now, Bakari and Lindsay, just a quick piece of information about Dr. Patel. We looked at her biography from her dental practice's website. Once a year, she would offer free checkups for those in the community that couldn't afford dentistry. She also said, according to her biography, that she chose to become a dentist to be able to see the tangible ways that she could help people, and the way that she could help brought a smile to her face and brightened her day. Patel leaves behind a 1-year-old son. Back to you both.
It's such a tragedy, Andrew. And I mean, looking at that video, I think there's also so many questions in terms of what we know so far about what might have happened. And obviously, investigation in its early stages. But what do we know?
Well, there's a lot that, as you said, is incredibly unclear right now. And also, I try to say this for people at home because I think it's really important. You know, when we were talking earlier on in the day, there was officials saying that everyone on board had died. And then miraculously, we discovered that one sole occupant of the plane, one passenger, was jettisoned by force and miraculously survived. We do not know a lot about what led to this aircraft, which was slowly on its continuing its takeoff, but then you see that it stops and descends. A lot of those questions are unclear right now. But I guess the point I was trying to make there is at the beginning of tragedies like this, there's a lot of information that's put out there that's unverified, and our job is to make sure as best we can, especially when people die, that we provide the most factual information and most immediate information we can. Back to you both.